Since January 6th, the House of Representatives has introduced more than 1,378 pieces of legislation. Hi, my name is Ruth Ann Parker, and today is February 14th, 2025. Our House of Representatives is moving very quickly right now, and I know it's hard to keep up with all that's happening. The media is only telling us so much, not necessarily out of malice, but because there's only so many hours in the day to keep up with everything that's happening. I'm focusing on watching everything that is happening in the House of Representatives and sharing that information with all of you. I'm just going to dive right in now. The first is the House of Resolution 7, recognizing the importance of access to comprehensive, high quality, life affirming medical care for women of all ages. It's been introduced and sent to committee. They sent it to the Energy and Commerce Committee, which I don't understand. Anyway, this is completely anti-choice. They say nothing about abortion in the resolution, but they do say, I'm quoting, recognizes the high standards established by pro-women's healthcare centers consortium as standards worth implementing nationwide. Now, I went to the website for pro-women's healthcare centers consortium, and it says there's a subheading that says empower them to care for their health. Pro-women's healthcare centers believe in a woman's ability to take ownership of her health and seek to empower and educate her to aid her self-care. And another says pro-life centers. And under that it says abortion is not women's health care because of the damage it causes women's physical and emotional health and the destruction of unborn life, many of whom are females. Abortion is usually something women turn to when they feel they do not have another choice. This is a tragedy and the opposite of choice and empowerment. Pro-women's health care centers provide the possibility for women to receive the medical and comprehensive care they need in order to feel motherhood or adoption is plausible for them, end quote. Now I'm going to move on to House Resolution 8, reaffirming the House of Representatives' commitment to ensuring secure elections throughout the United States by recognizing that the presentation of valid photograph identification is a fundamental component of secure elections. This was brought to us by Andy Biggs, who is a Republican out of Arizona. At first, it sounds wonderful. Let me talk about the problematic part of it. Whereas absentee voting, I'm quoting here, whereas absentee voting systems and voting by mail systems lack photographic verification are less secure than in-person voting with photograph verification. This is how they're going to get rid of absentee and mail-in voting. It affects the people who are homebound, elderly people in nursing homes, people whose jobs take them away from home. I know my mother was a railroader. She never knew when she was going to be home. What about truck drivers, pilots, flight attendants, and there's a whole lot of other people who to go away from home don't know when they're going to be there or if they're going to be there on voting day. Okay. House Resolution 9, reaffirming that the United States is not a party to the Rome Statute and does not recognize the jurisdiction of the International Criminal Court. So this one, again, Andy Biggs out of Arizona, this was sent to Foreign Affairs. It's done specifically to protect Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu from the International Criminal Court. That's where this started. I'm going to quote, reiterates its unwavering support for the State of Israel and its right to defend itself and its leaders from unwarranted international legal actions. So this will also protect anyone else that the current occupant of the White House wants. It also protects everyone from the new administration as they go forward with all the craziness they're talking about as far as taking Panama, Greenland, Canada, all that. Okay, so next, House Resolution 11, Fair Representation Amendment. Quote, in general, within 6 months after the date of adoption of this resolution, the committees listed in subsection B shall review laws within their jurisdiction and submit to the Committee on Oversight and Government Reform changes in those laws sufficient to eliminate excessive executive branch discretion in the application of these laws. There's 16, and I'm not going to go over all 16. I love the idea of giving the executive branch less to do in our government, because right now, Okay, so here are laws that have already passed this Congress. House Bill 23 to impose sanctions with respect to the International Criminal Court engaged in any effort to investigate, arrest, detain, or prosecute any protected person of the United States and its allies. Again, this is going to get Benjamin Netanyahu out of trouble, and we can keep, anyone, the current person at the White House feels needs safe. It passed 243 to 140. The Laken Riley Act, H.R. 29. This bill requires the Department of Homeland Security to detain certain non-U.S. nationals or aliens under federal law who have been arrested for burglary, theft, larceny, or shoplifting. This bill also authorized states to sue the federal government for decisions or alleged failures related to immigration enforcement. Under this bill, DHS must detain an individual who is 1. Unlawfully present in the United States or did not possess the necessary documents when applying for admission. 2. Has been charged with, arrested for, convicted of, or admits to having committed acts that constitute essential elements, burglary, theft, larceny, or shoplifting. The part that bothers me here is having been arrested or charged. They don't have to be found guilty. In the United States, anyone who's here, whether they're here legally or not, is subject to our laws. They're also given the same rights that we have when it comes to court. The bill also authorizes state governments to sue for injunctive relief over certain immigration-related decisions or alleged failures by the federal government if the decision or failure caused the state or its residents harm, including financial harm of more than $100. Specifically, the state government may sue the federal government over decision to release a non-U.S. national from custody, failure to fulfill requirements relating to inspecting individuals seeking admission, failure to fulfill a requirement to stop issuing visas to nationals of countries that unreasonably deny or delay acceptance of nationals of that country, violation of limitations on immigration patrol, failure to detain an individual has been ordered removed from the United States. Okay. Next, H.R. 152. Federal Disaster Assistance Coordination Act. This is a fantastic bill, in my opinion. Essentially, it will look at the process used to getting assistance to people who need it in an emergency and get rid of anything that's overly cumbersome, redundant, or inefficient. That passed the House 405 to 5. H.R. 192, the Amtrak Executive Bonus Disclosure Act. It's exactly as it sounds. Amtrak has to disclose any bonuses given to their executives to Congress and on their website. That one passed the House 407 to 0. So everybody agreed. Please hit the like, subscribe, and share this video. I know that most people would rather watch paint dry than spend hours reading legislation to help me to help more people in this country understand how our representatives are truly representing us. Thank you and have a great day.